So Leo, for May, I see that it could be a nice time of you being leisurely and enjoying the place that you've put yourself in. This is Nine of Coins. This is a woman who is kind of enjoying the fruits of her own labor, her own work, and just kind of, I usually see this as someone who has been putting away savings and is now enjoying the fact that they have been tucking things away. So this is really a card of self-discipline and rewards of work that you have done. And it's usually someone who is in a nice place in life. She's in a good situation. She's wearing fine robes. She's eating grapes. She's wearing fine jewelry. She has a turban. She's got this falcon, which represents sort of a status symbol in terms of sports, sports and leisure. The fact that it's in the reverse position tells me that some of you may be having a hard time accepting the fact that you can just kind of take it easy for a while, that you have put in the hard work already, and now you can enjoy the riches and the spoils for a little bit. So if you have been working hard, don't hesitate to enjoy some of the finery and the luxury that you have brought to yourself. I'm seeing it also with Four of Swords coming up for you. It might be time to just take a break and take it easy and live the good life in May, if that's available to you, because there may be some resistance that you're having towards that. When cards appear in reverse, it says there's some fear, doubt, or resistance. Like maybe you don't believe that you can be this woman or this person and put yourself in the position of bringing riches to your life, bringing riches to yourself. There may be some blocks there. But I'm going to encourage you to remove whatever doubts, fears, resistance, hesitancy to just, eating grapes, enjoying the place that you have put yourself, enjoying the spoils of the work that you've done. What is in the shadow position is Two of Swords. So it appears that there may be some way that you are checking out of having to make a difficult decision. Two of Swords usually has to do with, I don't know whether to go left or right. I don't know whether to make this decision or that decision. Therefore, I'm just going to blind myself and check out. And it creates a lot of stasis. It creates a situation where you're immobile and you just don't do anything. And it's in the shadow position. So this might be beneath your consciousness. You might want to just ask yourself, is there anything that I'm doing where I'm procrastinating or I'm avoiding it? This is a lot of avoidance behavior, or just checking out, trying to avoid making a decision. See if there's something that you're avoiding and take action on it, because otherwise you remain in this immobilized state. And it might be below your consciousness because it is in the shadow position. This is usually something that we're not seeing, something that's below our consciousness. Is there anything that you are unconsciously trying to avoid making a decision on or taking action on, Leo? See if you can bring that to your consciousness, because it will free you. It'll free up a lot of energy instead of just being checked out. What's passing away is Hierophant. So this is a time of traditionalism, stability. He usually does things in a very conservative way. It has to do with doing things in a way that society usually blesses, things that are to do with the outer group and how things are presented and represented. He does have a connection to the spiritual world as well and spiritual insights. But I kind of get the sense right now, Leo, for you, that being put on display is what's going to be passing away, because Hierophant usually talks to the masses. He usually talks to big groups. So I kind of see this as like the Pope having, or the priest, if that's a preferable word, or the shaman having spoken to the crowd. And now he's going back into the cloisters or going back to his private area, because this is in the passing away position. So if you've been sort of in front of the masses for a while, or if you've been doing things in a traditional conservative way, that's kind of going to be passing away. What I even see it more so in the fact that, like, here they're back in the sanctuary area. This is what's coming up for you. This is what's arriving, is Four of Swords. And Four of Swords means taking a time out, taking a step out of battle, again, away from the crowds, and kind of resting and collecting your thoughts, maybe just hanging your thoughts up on the wall here like this. This is Four of Swords, which swords represent thoughts, knowledge, wisdom, understanding, the mental air element. So it's sort of like hanging your mind up on the wall. It's this very meditative card to me, where it's all about inaction and taking a time out, rest, relaxation, repose, collecting yourself and letting, you may need to recharge. It's kind of like resting in order to replenish yourself. Let whatever quiet action needs to happen while your mind is restful. That's approaching for you, Leo. What I see in your highlighted position, this is Eight of Wands, which in the upright position usually means things approaching completion or things moving swiftly, getting the last piece of information, things being 80 to 90% lined up, and things happening very rapidly and very quickly. Because this is highlighted in the reverse position, it's saying that it's shining a light on the fact that you may want things to happen faster than they're happening, or there may be some sort of delay in things happening. It's saying that things may be happening below the surface that are not being seen. It's a light shining on the fact that things are not, it may not happen as fast as you want it to happen. It may not, things are still lining up, things are completing. It's sort of like boiling water, where it's heating and heating and heating and heating. It may not boil as fast as you want it to. Like this, it's reminding me of that quote, "A watched pot never boils." That's highlighted. So if there's something that you're sort of wanting to happen or force or rush, it's happening, and it can happen quickly, but it may not be happening as quickly as you would like it to, or you may not be able to force it or rush it to happen any faster than, it's kind of, I'm seeing with this card, it's like you might just need to take a time out and let things happen. They're happening. It's 80 to 90% lined up. That pot is about to boil, but it's not going to boil any sooner than when it's ready to. So I'm going to say with this Eight of Wands in reverse, like you may just need to wait. It may just not happen as fast as you want. You can't force it or rush it. So that is the general reading for May, Leo. For week 1, I see a focus on movement. This is Chariot, which means moving in the right direction, going towards victory, success, completion, trusting your gut and knowing which way to go. It's usually a balance of the rational mind and the irrational mind. So trust your gut, trust your instincts, to know, especially if you're dealing with any of this kind of stuff, not knowing which way to go or which choice to make. Chariot's really good at that. He relies on his instincts. And he knows whether to go left or go right, and he will always cross that finish line. It's a card of hard control. It's a card of dominance with the mind, because he's tuned into his intuitive self. That's what these crescent moons on his shoulder and his staff represent, is listening to your inner knowing about which way to go, and going in motion, making the correct move, left or right, to achieve the completion of where you're headed, to cross that finish line, to achieve that victory. So first week of May, you may see yourself in movement. I actually see some of you are going places, is what I'm getting with this. Maybe it's actual travel, or it could be like you're working towards something you've been wanting to accomplish. You're going places with it. In the second week of May, we have Empress in reverse. So Empress has to do with abundance. She has to do with being fertile, letting things grow. Everything that Empress touches grows. She's the epitome of like the pregnant mother. Anything the plants grow around her, money grows around her. She's prosperous, she's satisfied, she's abundant, she's the exact nature of everything coming to full bloom. So when Empress shows up, it's sort of like saying you have an opportunity to feel satisfied. You may be ready to give birth to something. It kind of reminds me of this Eight of Wands card in reverse with Empress in reverse, is that there may be something gestating beneath the surface. There may be something, it could be a creative project. It could be something that's percolating is a word that I'm getting with Eight of Wands in reverse and Empress in reverse. Its time is not ready yet, but it's percolating, it's growing. So I'm kind of just getting that for the week 2 of May. If there's something, especially something, Leo, that you're looking forward to happening, that it's coming, it's lining up, it's arriving, but it's gestating, it's percolating, it's not here yet. It is, if there's like a bank deal that you want to go through, there's a chance that it could very well go through, but because it's in reverse, it may be in delay, or it may just be happening under the surface. There's some sort of, the time is not yet right, is what I'm getting from this card. Doesn't mean that it's not going to happen. It means that things may be happening under the surface, but just be welcoming of that. Be Empress, let things grow around you. Be welcoming, be fertile ground to whatever's coming your way, Leo, because it could be a very, very good thing. Week 3, this is Queen of Cups, and this is a heart-centered person. This person usually comes from a compassionate angle or compassionate point of view, and often this is a water sign, so this could be Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer, but it could actually just be anyone as well who embodies the archetype of Queen of Cups. So that's someone who is compassionate, they're nurturing, they usually have intuitive or psychic abilities. They're able to tune into people and find out what they're feeling, what their emotions are. So you may have someone show up in week 3 who has this nature. This could be a friend, a mother, a family member, a mentor, a counselor, just someone who has that sweet Queen of Cups personality. She's going to be helpful to you in week 3. And then in week 4, we've got Knight of Coins, and this is someone who takes his time to think things over. He's a knight or a jack who are always romantic and playful and clever, sometimes tricksters, but he's the most cautious and conservative jack there is. So his horse is standing at a standstill, and he really weighs the benefits versus the liabilities of something. He really weighs the pros and the cons. So he really considers the bottom line of something, like, is this valuable to me? Is this going to be an asset to me or not, before he moves forward. So I'm going to say whatever is going on for you, Leo, in week 4, really weigh the pros and the cons. He's also known as the salesman card. He can drive a hard bargain. He considers the bottom line of things. So I'm going to say, look at the benefits and look at the liabilities before you take action in week 4. Really, really weigh things out before taking action. That's going to help you.